Hello to all you beautiful people out there in this podcast world. This is Rose again with Ride with Rose. I want to thank you for joining me again. I just want to follow up on the last episode when we were talking about Katt Williams versus the world, fighting back against the industry, telling it like it is in his viewpoint. Anyway, we all know that Kevin Hart and Katt Williams had this beef going on for, quite a few years. I'm not sure exactly what started it. Did it start with the joke? Did it start with the Breakfast Club conversation that Kevin Hart dropped on the world, talking about what he felt about Katt Williams and what he's blown this way and that way? I mean, anybody that's followed Katt for years know Katt's been in and out of jail quite a few different times. It's a lot of controversy about him and Suge Knight. Some people, trying to paint a certain picture about him. The mugshot pictures that they have. I mean, all kind of propaganda and everything. But nobody really ever saying anything good about him. But through the whole time, we all knew one thing. The man was funny as hell. No matter what he's doing, you can never take that away. But it seems like, in my opinion, Katt just got sick and tired of all the bullshit and decided to speak up, and tell everything from his viewpoint of what he felt was really going on. Now, Kevin had a whole bunch to say on the Breakfast Club about Katt. So let's hear what Kevin has to say about Katt.
The guy that sits on top right now have taken advantage of all the money that I have. I've shot over 56 specials for the up-and-coming generation of comedy. Why? Because I'm trying to create opportunities for others. Rather than complaining about it, I'm fixing it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I also take full responsibility for any and everything that I've done in the fucking business, good or bad. My frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one point.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You fucked off promo shoots. You fucked off your promo fucking trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped fucking with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what? I got to fix me, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to stand up for comedy. So when you say Tiffany Haddish doesn't deserve or isn't really a comedian and these other women have worked hard, which they have. Shouts out to Melanie Camacho. Shouts out to Lunel. Shouts out to Leslie Jones, who are all underneath the umbrella of Katt Williams. Katt Williams, have you ever used your platform to fucking bring the people that were under you up? You haven't. So because you haven't, don't shit on those that now are.
Okay, I hear you, Kevin. I hear what you have to say. Seems like everybody's got their opinion these days. What I'm going to say is, from what I've been finding out, I feel that Katt seems to be a very generous person. He does give back, doesn't have no problem. He doesn't seem to be one that's a player hater or nothing like that. He seems like a person that wants to keep it real, but keeps his cards close to his chest. Now, from what I found out, Linnell Campbell, great comedian, she's got beautiful things to say about his generosity. He seems like a person that does give back, but doesn't talk about it. He's not looking for all the fame and the fortune for what he does for another individual, helping him along the way. So you judge for yourself, and that's all we can ever do. Check out what Linnell Campbell has to say about it.
You and Katt Williams have always been super close.
Yeah. I saw him last night.
Right.
Yeah.
I wish I could have made it. Yeah, I was invited, but I had too much stuff going on right now. But thank you for the invite.
He didn't come there.
Oh, he did?
No.
Oh, okay. It was a whole different affair.
Yeah,
Got it.
I went to him.
So, Boosie was on my show recently, and he said when he got out of prison, Katt Williams saw him and just gave him $15,000. You heard about this? And it wasn't like, hey, let me give you this giant $15,000 check. We're going to take this big picture together, and I'm going to put it on my Instagram, and I'm going to get all these likes. It was like they were at a show or something, and Katt just ran out and saw him in his car, ran out, threw like a towel filled with money, and just ran off without even acknowledging what just happened. Boosie looked in the towel, was like, it's like $15,000.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I understand, Katt is legendary for this type of behavior.
Absolutely. Without a doubt.
I'd like to say certain gestures shows the generosity of an individual and the character of a man.
I never knew Katt Williams.
Oh, so he was a stranger.
I was a stranger.
He just walked up to you and said,
Nah. I got a call that morning. He had a show that night in New Orleans. This is when I first came home from prison. And he got in touch with my people and said, I want to give Boosie couple of tickets to come to my show at the arena tonight. So me and my chick, we went to the arena and called me backstage, treated me like a king, man, and didn't give me nothing right then. I was getting in my car, pulling off. I was damn near pulling off, and he ran up with a rubber band and a towel. Huh, Boosie? And ran from the thing, ran back in the arena.
oh, didn't even see.
He didn't give me a chance to say thank you. He didn't. I thought it was weed. I thought it was weed because it was wrapped up tight. And my boy handed it back to me. And it was all 100, man. 15,000, bro.
Damn.
He do it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, she's got it. Somebody can get it because he's very generous and very kind in that way. And like you said, not braggadocious about it. Very quiet about it.
Yeah, Deion Cole, he hit me the other day. You know, I don't think something like that's happened to him, but he was just like, yo, people don't talk about this enough. Because I remember when I even interviewed Beanie Siegel, he gave Beanie a Lamborghini.
He's like Elvis.
Yeah. And then like he went to Beanie's block and like all these people started gathering and he was saying how he had like his assistant bring out like 100,000 or something and just start giving out stacks of cash like it's nothing.
Shit, I watched Katt give away 200,000 on a block. In the neighborhood, just going knocking on doors and 10,000.
He would knock on people's doors and just give them money.
He knocked. I'm telling you what I
Just
saw.
people he did not know.
People.
That's crazy. Wow.
I saw this. So Katt, one lady came up this house and was like, oh, okay. He was asking her, was she all right? This, that, and the third. She was like, no, I ain't all right. I got to get this, that, and that done. And to my house and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, she said something about how she liked the Katt coat. He came right out the joint, full-length mink. Like him and all the security had mink coats. He made them take off their coats. He took off his coat, gave it to her. Somebody else came up. And then he was like, oh, he took the dogs, put them back on the bus, ran back on the bus, came out with a briefcase and gave the lady the money. He came back to the spot. Now people coming out, different houses and all that. He got the briefcase, went in there, put the money in his pocket, in his hoodie. And I believe, if not both of them, one of them big niggas took they coat off. He gave it to somebody. He was giving the money. Now I know what money is. 10. He talking to me. He look, get our money. He go down the joint, he inquiring on houses. He trying to buy 3 houses on the block. He walk back up the block, go that way. By the time he came back, he had no money on. That was like 200. Easy, if not more.
You know, I'm glad to hear that people have been touched by Katt Williams' generosity. You know, it's a beautiful thing that a person can give back, you know, if they've been doing well, not be afraid to share, not be afraid to let the next person come up, you know, take on a challenge. But even more so, it's like some people might say, hey, that's kind of a crazy gestures. Well, I'm just going to say the brother's quite eccentric, and I'm going to leave it at that. That's a beautiful thing. Anyway, Kevin has some things to say about Katt. So, hey, let's hear what Katt had to say about Kevin and how he got into the industry and what he thinks of Kevin. All right.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to L.A. and in his first year in L.A. he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
If anybody's wondering what Katt is speaking of when he says a plant, this is what they have to say. If you Google search it, this is what you're going to come up with. As they say, it's an artist who seemingly emerges out of nowhere, gaining rapid fame and success while leaving many questioning the authenticity of their rise to stardom. Now, that's understandable because there's a lot of people in the industry that you've seen pop up out of nowhere. All of a sudden, they're on the top of the world. But they didn't have to grind. They didn't have to go through this or that to get to the top of the food chain. Now, some people are going to have something to say about this. But for one good example is, hey, I like the music she's done, but check out Carly B. What did she do to get there? But that's a whole nother subject. Maybe we'll touch on that. If anybody wants me to cover that, I'll be happy to. Just DM me. But I just wanted to catch you up on that, what he means by that. So let's get back to see what Katt furtherly has to say about Kevin.
He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal. It's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Because Shannon Sharp got to be a different person than that other person.
Absolutely.
And he always was. That doesn't change when I change teams. That remains the same. That's how a legacy is built. So all of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there.
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But in my face, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he has 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Katt Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Katt Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars.
Yeah. We got a lot of drama going on back and forth between Katt and Kevin Hart. I find it rather interesting listening to both of their tales, and picking up on trying to figure out what's real and what's not, what I get a good vibe from and what just doesn't sit right with me. Now, maybe I'm just a favorite of Katt Williams, but just listening to it, trying to have a biased opinion, Katt sounds and everything that I'm hearing and that I'm looking up sounds solid, sounds good, and his character seems to be on point. Now I'm looking at Kevin, and I'm checking a few things. I mean, I'm not going to fault a man for his own infidelity. That's his thing, But when you got that, and you got a stolen joke, it appears that you really are the one that's hating on another individual, when you can't even help your own wife out in her own career. A lot of people might not even know. His wife his ex-wife Tori Hart. Back in the day when he was first coming up, she was one of his biggest supporters. She even helped write his jokes, write his skits. Stood by him. She put herself on the side while he grew his fame. And she grew up around comedy, very familiar with the comedy. And, she's a stand-up comedian herself. But now Kevin's talking about putting somebody else on, helping somebody else out. Sure, he's helped out a couple people. What about his own wife? And that she's funny. Okay, so, right there I'm going, okay, I don't know about your character, Kev. Because, homie, you can't even help out your own wife that gave you two beautiful children. Okay, but, hey, not his wife anymore. She's going to come out of underneath his shadow, and she's going to be doing her own thing. Now, personally, right about now, I wouldn't want to be Kevin Hart for all the money in the world, because you, first of all, left a woman scorned. You did her wrong. You dogged her out, from what I'm seeing. You held her back in her own career, didn't even put her on, and then after cheating on the woman, what did you do? You made jokes about it, and then you doubly humiliated the woman by telling jokes about your infidelity. Come on, people. I mean, that ain't right. Ain't nothing right about it as long as two damn left feet. Okay? But, other people said she's funny. Earthquake stood behind her, said she's funny. Martin Lawrence even thought the girl was funny. Stood by her. She's still out there doing shows right now. They're hustling and grinding each and every day. And other people running around, oh, they're scared. They don't want to upset Kevin or this or that or whatever. I mean, what upset Kevin? What is this alignment that these comedians have? Some of them do, like Steve Harvey, Cedric, Kevin, this little group that they've got, the little together that they've got going on, But Katt standing out in the wind, flapping in the wind by himself, putting his own money behind himself, investing in himself, and growing and still putting on other people, still giving to the community. Now, that speaks for itself. Now, what I can't wait to see what we got coming up right now is a comedy show. I just watched something a little bit ago, and Tori is thankful and giving Katt all the props in the world for putting her on. Going to do a show at the Microsoft, 30,000 people. Okay, a good venue to do, and damn well, she's got all kind of things to talk about. Ouch! Don't scorn a woman that's a comedian and then go on tour. Boy, hey, and I seen the interview that they tried to give with Kevin Hart about how he felt about her going on the road. Not just one show, but on tour with Katt Williams. Now you could see the interview, you could see the look in his face. That boy's not that happy. I mean, he thought he had it all going on. And those walls of Jericho slowly tumbling down. Okay, check out this clip right here.
You know, even Charlamagne, a lot of people were saying that Katt was trying to downplay your accomplishments. What to you is the driving force behind your success?
My success is my success. I want everybody to win. I love everybody.
I love that. Once again, you know, your ex-wife is going on tour with
I
Katt.
want everybody to win. I hope the tour is great.
I love that. So you are supportive of her.
In my opinion, facial expression, body language, it says a lot. And looking at him, yeah, he's not sending his ex-wife out there with a whole bunch of love. You know, the man's got to be worried about a lot of different things besides all these bombshells that Katt's dropping on him. But what his wife could say, because she knows where all the bodies are buried. She knows all the juicy, dirty dirt that's been going on for years. And how is she going to deliver it on a tour if she is going to? But as they say, if you live in a glass house, Kevin, don't throw no stones. And if you throw garbage in the ocean, it may sink to the bottom. But I guarantee you, someday it's going to surface and you're going to have to deal with it. And it seems like that time is coming because it's all resurfacing again. From his ex-wife, the garbage that he's doing with his current wife, the supposedly assistant. I mean, damn, the list goes on and on and on. My advice, brother, keep your dang-a-lang in your pants. Quit swinging it in the wind. Now, you said a few different things. He said a few different things about Katt. And, hey, let's shed a little bit more light on Katt and see what Katt has to say.
It seems to me, Katt, that you had a lot to get off your chest.
No.
You wanted to set the record straight.
Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. I don't say any of these things if my name is not breached by these people on your platform. If you give a liar a platform to lie, then I'm not being messy by saying, hold on, that never happened, it's untrue, and there are hundreds of witnesses for each thing I'm saying.
So let me ask you this. What is your relationship with Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and Cedric the Entertainer as you sit here currently?
For 30 years, they're a group. These aren't three random guys. The way that Ricky Smiley kept appearing at all of my auditions is because of Steven said he would tell anybody that, listen, they got a gang on that side. They know what it is. They know who the gang is. Why Earthquake not in movies? 'Cause he's illiterate. He can't read. And they found that out when they gave him a show and put the cards in front of him. Like, all of these dudes are co-entwined and they share secrets. And this is the age of truth. And the truth doesn't need to be scared of the fact that people tell lies. Katt's on drugs. Where are the stories? Why is there no story of anybody who ever sold a drug to me, did a drug with me, was around me when I was inebriated? I got 5 daughters. I got 5 sons. Why would we tell these ridiculous stories? Because it's competition. You feel like, well, why comedy guys can't just get along?
Yes.
Why didn't you get along with the other teams you were competing against? If you're a Denver Bronco, why you don't get along with the Cowboys? Something wrong with you?
But I don't disagree. I don't dislike all the Cowboys. Katt, damn, you like this?
No, that's not.
Okay, what comedians do you like?
Did you play against the team?
Yes.
I've taken 46 comedians with me on the road. 46.
Okay.
I'm not the comedian you can give that to. I only put on comedians that are funnier than me. Anybody that ever told you differently was a fat Faison liar.
There you go, everybody. Well, we've weeded through the murky water. Yes, indeed. The beef between Kevin Hart and Katt Williams. Now, where's this going to go from here? I don't know, but I know it's going to be juicy. It's only just begun. Everything's just getting warmed up. But if you listen closely, Katt has a lot of things to say. He's dropping a lot of gems. You know, it's been an impressive interview that he did with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay. Last time I checked, this one man blew up this one interview that lasted 2 hours and 46 minutes, blew it up to over 51 million views. Now, evidently, everybody's interested in what he's got to say. You know, and I've been reading comments from here to here to, I mean, everywhere. Been searching through all this. And, you know, I'd have to say most of everybody's more or less siding with Katt. I mean, it's kind of hard not to. You know, you look at everything that's going on out here. I mean, I haven't even scratched the surface of everything that's happening from when it went through this 2.5 or 2 hours and 40-something minutes interview. Now, if you're interested in any more of this content, please DM me. I mean, I'd love to cover more of it. We haven't even touched Oprah, P. Diddy. Oh, damn, the list still goes on. But as I always say, I want to thank all of you for joining us again on this ride with Rose on this journey, destination unknown. Never know where we're going to go. But I hope you all have a marvelous and blessed day. This is Rose from Ride with Rose. I personally would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to our episodes. Please support us by following us on all of our social media accounts: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. For the latest episodes, go to Podcaster, Spotify, Riverside FM, and YouTube. We look forward to sharing many more journeys together with you. And may you all have a marvelous day. #RWR.